Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be talking about electro muscle stimulation, and our guest expert is Sam Strayer, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Mizuna Wellness Centers. Welcome, Sam. And what is electro muscle stimulation?
George, thank you for having me. It seems like a complicated thing, electromuscle stimulation. It seems kind of new, and it's actually not, George. It's been around for thousands of years. We've utilized and harnessed the power of electricity to stimulate the muscles for many years. As a matter of fact, in the 1970s, we started and it was FDA approved for a TENS unit, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, which basically we hook electrodes up to the muscle and we get the muscle to react or contract. Well, now we've come a long way. The EMS technology that we're seeing today, we put a suit on this person and we can actually stimulate the muscles, get 90% of the contraction with a lot more efficacy and a lot less danger or concern. And so essentially we're getting your body to move and work more utilizing the power of electricity.
Cool. Now, what's the purpose of this?
Well, the purpose is quite unique. Originally, it started in physical therapy and post-rehab. The reason we used it is certain individuals couldn't move or they were recovering from some sort of illness or orthopedic challenge. And we put this unit on them to get the muscles to contract without actually moving the muscle. Nowadays, we use what we call a medium frequency, a medium range frequency, and we can actually stimulate the muscle in a setting to create a workout. So if someone's coming in and wants to do an hour-long or 2-hour-long workout, we can actually put a suit on someone and give them that same effect of a 2 to 3 hour workout in 20 minutes. Because keep in mind, we're getting 90% of the muscles across the whole entire body to contract when we choose them to.
Wow. Okay. So this is this is kind of an interesting concept. So if you're giving a person a workout and they're not actually going through the work, I mean, is there any side effects or any downside to this?
Well, let me take a step back. What's unique about the suits we have nowadays, there's no wires, everything's wireless, so we control it from a box. We can be up to 100 feet away from you. You actually do perform a workout. You can do yoga, you can do spin, you can do Tai Chi, you can do meditation, you can do stretching, you can play golf, and you can have the suit on. You can do a traditional exercise routine with weights. The only thing we don't recommend you do is get in water for obvious reasons. But it's so effective that we can actually take and choose the muscles that we want to contract. And sometimes when you're doing a basic exercise, we can contract other muscles that are not usually used in that regime. Quite frankly, one of my best choices for it is I've actually cook a lot. And I'll actually put the suit on because my lower back gets tired when I'm cooking. It actually makes my lower back feel a little bit better because it helps the muscle contract, helps relax the muscle. And it does a lot of other things that are very technical, reduces lactic acid buildup, increases red blood cells. So it's quite a phenomenal thing. And we find that after a short amount of time, 2 to 3 lessons with people in a suit, they have an improved cardiac output, they have an improved blood flow and oxygen levels, their red blood cells are higher, they're sleeping a little bit better. So what we're doing is just taking a normal workout or a normal day-to-day walk, a normal bike ride, walking hand in hand with your loved one, and we're increasing the efficacy of it from a cardiovascular and muscle standpoint, and we're decreasing the amount of risks. You don't have to go as heavy, you don't have to work as hard. We're just being smarter, and it's a good thing.
Okay, I got it. So I thought it was a totally passive thing. So yeah, you're doing some function, even if it's cooking, okay, on that level.
Absolutely.
Or more something, more involved like lifting. Okay, now you're mentioning that you can control it and there's a suit. So it seems like is this a team activity? Is it something you can do yourself?
Yes, to make it to make it completely confusing. So what we have are professionals that have utilized this suit for a while and in this industry. And so what happens is we have an iPad or an iPhone, and we can control another person right from a distance. So we can control up to 8 people or sometimes even more. We can take a certain body part and increase it percentage wise. So we can do the arms, we can do the legs, we can do the glutes, we can do the stomach. So we have a bunch of connected points. But in addition to that, people can actually get their own unit for home. And they can connect it to their iTouch, or they can connect it to their iPhone, and they can put it on a little wristband or armband, and they can control it themselves. The difference is subtle, but it's also the professional gives us a little more bang for the buck, if you will. And the smaller one you can take anywhere with you. Like I said, you can cook with it, you can take a walk, you can do anything with it. So
Okay.
people can operate it.
Now, is EMS appropriate for anyone?
Yeah. Yes, there are a few contraindications. For instance, any heart issues that are concern, or any pacemakers or AED devices. We don't want to really mess with the electricals of someone that has any previous concerns. So you always want to check with your doctor prior to usage. But we utilize it in settings of I've got a young man with cerebral palsy. I've got a woman with Parkinson's. I've got a young lady in her 90s that we utilize the suit for golf, believe it or not. So it is for everybody. We use it for young athletes. We use it for middle-aged CEOs, men and women. It really serves a function and a purpose for almost everyone. And when we talk about contraindications or any challenges, we just want to make sure that there's no heart issues or any issues with defibrillation or AEDs or pacemakers, so that we don't have that problem. But really, it's safe and effective for anyone, as long as you go by the rules. And that's it's not unsimilar to any workout exercise routine.
Okay. Now, of course, you've mentioned several times this suit. Is there some types of EMS that might be at least effective enough, but maybe don't require a full suit?
Yeah. There are portions of it. We have a full suit, and to describe the suit, it almost looks like a wetsuit, but it's a lot thinner material. And we put it on, and there's patches where the electrodes sit on major areas of the muscles. And without seeing it, you get an idea, but it helps contract it. Now, there are portions of the suits now that we have where we can just do a leg, or we can just do the abdominal wall. There's one that's just a stomach functionality, so we can put the electric current on the abdominal wall while you're sitting down, and it's a little more passive, or we can create a workout. So there is either or both and, I should say.
Okay. And I think you've been emphasizing the physical therapy aspect of it. Are there broader implications for it as well, or broader usages for it?
So I said this not too long ago. This suit works for someone that wants to come in and exercise and get a little more fit. This suit works for someone that wants to up their game and maybe play a little bit better in basketball, baseball, or golf, right? That has that capability, because we have a thing called kinesthetic awareness, or muscle memory. So if you utilize the suit during a certain function, it has a tendency to teach you that function better. We had a Navy SEAL from SEAL Team 6 in here, one of our places not too long ago, and what happened was unique. He said just by putting a suit on, he could see that it would increase the efficacy of his training and decrease the amount of injury that he had, for a multitude of reasons. So even a guy from SEAL Team 6 found it useful. The physical therapy aspect of it is quite remarkable. When you get an individual that comes in that's getting ready for a surgical intervention, as simple as a knee replacement, there's a certain level of exercise that they need to do to get to the point where that intervention, that surgical intervention, is going to be more effective. By putting the suit on and doing very limited range of motion, because they're in pain, we can make that more effective. And then once they're done with the surgical intervention, which is what we do a lot, then we put them back in the suit. Once they're ready, we get the okay from the doctor, and we make their recovery, we can get the times decreased by 50%.
Wow.
So it usually took 6 to 8 weeks. We can get 3 to 4 weeks in recovery. And we've had so much white paper on that's just profound. So in recovery, you look at ankle injuries. There's some famous basketball players that have had some Achilles tears recently. We've been in discussions about how we can utilize this suit and technology to make it so that guy can get back on the court faster. You think about the pros, and then you think about what it can do to day-to-day life, just from a preventative standpoint. If you and I just sit there every day, 2 to 3 times a week, put the suit on and just simply walk, we're going to increase the length of our lives. We're also going to increase our ability to sleep. We're going to feel better overall. So it really does everything. And I know it sounds like the miracle pill, but we're utilizing our own system of electricity. Our heart functions on electricity. We're just channeling that in a safe and effective manner.
Sam, thank you very much. We're just about out of time here. I wonder if you can sneak in a website that people can go to for more information, and if you have a really brief summating message for the viewers.
Well, I urge you to check out NazunaFit.com. But the message I want to say to everybody is, health and wellness right now is so crucial with what we're dealing with. The world knows what we're dealing with right now. And it's so important that you get out there and exercise. And I always believe in doing the most effective thing. And I think the EMS suit and the technology that we have today, we need to harness it and utilize it for our best effort. I think it's going to make people live longer and be a lot more happy.
Sam, thank you very much for joining me. We're going to wrap things up here. This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.